Number 16, Indiana lost to unranked Nebraska today, just a few moments ago, 87-83. Fire Tom Crean was a chant that started bellowing about after this loss. Tom Crean, this tweet says, has done some good things for IU basketball, but games like these are exactly why he should be fired. Your thoughts on that tweet?
Yeah, I was reading Twitter right now, obviously, and they're mad at Tom Crean because it's Nebraska. You're at home. You have a 26-game home win streak, and you lose, right, to a team that we don't think is an NCAA team, a team that's just lost to Gardner freaking Webb. So Indiana fans are as passionate as you get. Indiana basketball fans can rival in passion Alabama football fans because Indiana is a basketball state and the Hoosiers are the show in town. So not only do you lose to Nebraska, you lose to Fort Wayne,
right,
and you lose to Butler. So you lose to two teams in state that that you should really be bullying. Now, you beat Kansas and you beat North Carolina. Now, do those wins triumph those losses?
That's what I was going to ask you. To me, I think they do. You're proving that you can beat the teams you're going to have to beat to win it all. You're not going to have to beat Fort Wayne. You're not going to have to beat tonight probably a Nebraska team to win the NCAA tournament. But if you want to get to the Final Four, if you want to go deep into March and or April, you got to beat the teams that you mentioned.
Yeah, I think the wins far outweigh the losses. And let's not forget the Kansas win was on a neutral floor and North Carolina was the true home game. So they took care of business there. Yeah, the losses are no good. I still think Indiana is the class of the conference. But we just saw in the Big East, Villanova, the best team in the Big East, life and death against the worst team in the Big East.
Right.
So once you get into conference play, I remember calling a game. I think I told you this. Michigan was number 4 in the country. They had Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr., Mitch McGarry. We all know the team that went to the final game. And they were playing Penn State. And at the time, Penn State was 0-14 in the Big Ten Conference. And I went down to the game and I interviewed the coach before the game. And he said, the only way we can win this game is if Michigan doesn't show up. And I thought, I went, wow, that's not really an optimistic view. Sure enough, Penn State goes out and wins that game. So that was one of the great teams Michigan's ever had. Penn State had 0 loss. Once you get in conference, everything changes because coaches know each other. The same teams run the same out-of-bounds plays year after year. You feel like, all right, we've competed with these guys in years past, so everything changes. That's why betting conference play can become extremely difficult.
Tom Crean, though, feeling the heat from some
Don't
Indiana Hoosier constituents as they take a tough loss to Nebraska today, 87-83. We'll get you a recap of that later, but thank you for the Twitter topic coming from our friends on that platform.